She's called.
I've called. What's the problem?
Please proceed.
Thank you.
You've been given the call.
Thank you very much. Now, I rise to take a call on the title of the bill. Is that what we're doing? The title. And well, that's a good question. Which one? Which title? And I'll give you some suggestions about what it might be, Henry. But I'm happy to take a call on the title, Clause 1 of the bill, the Land Transport, Road Safety and Other Matters Amendment Bill. The title, I believe, is based on the government's Safer Journeys road safety strategy to guide improvements in road safety over the period 2010 to 2020. 2020.
Oh, I see.
Gosh, that's a long time away, isn't it? Well, it'll be here before we know it. And the Safer Journeys strategy, which is related to the title, has a long-term goal which says that a vision of a safe road system increasingly free of death and serious injury. There's no problem with that. No problem with that. This is kind of motherhood and apple pie kind of title. And the Land Transport, Road Safety and Other Matters Amendment Bill is supposed to implement this goal. But maybe, Mr Chair, the title of the bill should have been the Land Transport Missed Opportunities Amendment Bill, because the words road safety in the title are a little misleading, because while the bill goes some way towards addressing issues around improving road safety between 2010 and 2020, of course it ignores the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room, the missed opportunity that the title of this bill should be, it ignores the overwhelming evidence, including in the Safer Journeys document, which the title of this bill is based on, which is, and what this bill is supposed to be about. It ignores the elephant in the room, which is lowering the adult drink drive limit from 0.08 to 0.05. It could have been done in this legislation, and if it had, maybe the title could have been, well, the Land Transport Road Safety, Labor's Here to Help Amendment Bill. Because if the Minister had accepted my amendment in Part 1, we could all now be going forward on this bill feeling pretty happy about it, and so would the public be feeling very happy about it, because the missed opportunity to save 15 to 33 lives every year would not have been, that opportunity would have been taken up. But unfortunately, the Minister has kicked the issue for touch. We have a 2-year research period, getting more evidence when the evidence is already there, more lives lost, more money wasted when we didn't need to do so. Maybe the title of the bill could be the Land Transport Road Safety and What a Waste of Money and Time Bill. What a waste. Well, there's another good suggestion for the title. It could be the Land Transport Road Safety The Government Copped Out Amendment Bill, because the Minister has copped out on this issue. Road safety, it could be the Land Transport Road Safety, but only if we feel like it. Amendment Bill, or it could be the Land Transport Road Safety, let's drink 3/4 of a bottle of wine and we can still drive Amendment Bill, and not worry about it. So there's many titles here, and I mean seeing the member Toa Henry has taken such an interest in the title and my contribution to the title. I mean, I'm going to ask him to stand up and respond to some of those titles and let me know what he thinks, because I think there's some much more creative titles that I have suggested that fit this bill, that are more suitable for this bill than the Land Transport Road Safety and Other Matters Amendment Bill. Now, the other matters part is really interesting too. The other matters, now, I was thinking about this and what fits into the road safety bit and what fits into the other matters bit, because I'm not really sure, because most of this bill, all of this bill is about road safety, but the other matters, maybe it's all of the repeal, revocations and consequential amendments that are in the schedules. Maybe that's the other matters bit, Mr Chair, because there's some very obscure acts that I've never heard of being repealed or amended through the schedules in part 2. So the other
Honourable Steve Chadwick.
Also take the opportunity, having been denied a lengthy debate in part 1 and part 2, but rightly challenged the chair and accepted the call of the chair, but it means we'll have a little rave on the title of this bill, and I would call this the Land Transport Partial Road Safety and Other Matters Amendment Bill, because I think what I believe, if Tauhenari could just listen to the evidence, that it is a very sad day when we get an opportunity to have such a massive bill before the House that we have wasted the opportunity to do the right thing. And we've wasted the opportunity to do the right thing here and will have up to 66 lives lost, while the Minister garners evidence where he knows from the political advisor, the ministerial advisor to the Prime Minister, that that evidence is already here, and we are now facing a very similar type debate as one that was running in the UK just recently, and it shows entirely that this government will not go near anything at all that touches what they call that nerve of social legislation. Members opposite who have a good conscience have said to me, we're not allowed to vote. The Prime Minister has told us that in the first term of government we're not to introduce any social legislation after Labor and our bold initiatives in the 9 years in government. And I want to say to Tauhenari that it was Labor who brought in the Law Commission report on alcohol, which is the guiding document for all other legislation that impacts on alcohol. And here is the golden opportunity in this Land Transport Partial Road Safety and Not Far Enough and Other Matters Amendment Bill. Mr Speaker, we know here that the Prime Minister wrote to the Ministry of Transport officials, and this is the reply that he got. He was told that the public would react badly to a cut in the drink-drive limit, even though research and polls show that most drivers are keen to see the limit reduced. How sad. One crack at it, one crack at land transport legislation that could have been universally accepted by all parties in this House, but for the issue of the driver age, the driver licensing age and the blood alcohol limit. I think it's very sad. I think it mimics what goes on globally. This debate's just happened in the United Nations, and there ministers of the Crown were advised by doctors and physicians about their lost opportunity too for reducing alcohol-related deaths and morbidity on the roads, and there's Michael Woodhouse yawning as if the loss of morbidity and lives on the road doesn't matter. Well, to us over here it does, and we know the evidence is already there about reducing the blood alcohol limit from 0.8 to 0.5, but the Minister is going to sit on his hands and prevaricate and ignore evidence-based research which has been put by the science advisor to the Prime Minister. But the Prime Minister has copped out in leadership to this country, leadership to the children of this country, for setting an example to young people that it is not good enough to go out there and drink and drive. Here was the opportunity. The Minister and the Chair could have shown leadership. I think he wanted to, but he got bowled by his own leader, the Prime Minister, who rode roughshod over him, went direct to the Ministry of Transport advisors, who gave him the advice that we have here to say that they'll get a bad public reaction to this, and so the Prime Minister decided we're not going to go there, even though 70% of the polls tell the Prime Minister and the Minister of Transport that this is what should have been done. I just want to also acknowledge the legacy of the Honourable Darren Hughes in this debate. Darren fought very hard in this debate in the House and took on the Minister of Transport, and I enjoyed the repartee between the two of them, and Darren almost got to convincing the Minister of Transport that this was a good idea. I think a legacy to Darren Hughes would have been to acknowledge that we could have today called this the Land Transport Road Safety and Other Matters Bill, but we can't. We're here in the title debate half-hearted attempt at road safety.
Honourable Tau Henare.